Celebrity makeup from Walmart. Is it any good? What's so special about it? It's all about Drew Barrymore's makeup line, Flower Beauty. We're gonna play with her Nude Remix eyeshadow palette. This retails for $16. This is a crease-free formula that is very easy to blend, crazy rich color payoff that lasts all day long. You can use it wet or dry, but I do wanna compare one eye with primer and one eye without primer and see what the difference is, what the longevity is, the color payoff, things like that. I'm just using the Milani eyeshadow primer. I'm gonna start with the third shade in the palette. Whoa, okay. It's very creamy and place it right in the inner corner. Let's take the fourth shade right here. I'm just gonna flip the brush over. I'm gonna wet this side also. Looks like they're doing a pretty good job blending in on top of each other. So before the eyeshadow sets, I'm gonna take the second shade right here and just start blending them together. They're really creamy, kind of buttery in a way. For winged eyeliner, this is her Forever Wear winged liner, $10, and I have shade Dark and Stormy. We're gonna go with brown instead of the typical black. So they're saying this right here is an ultra precise, long wearing liquid eyeliner that provides all day wear. All right, I like that. I wanna do it as thin as possible just to literally line my top lash line. And this felt tip is able to give me that control, which is really nice. It's very smooth, very opaque, and it looks like it's drying down really matte. Let's move on to mascara. We have two of them because we couldn't pick one. First one is this one right here, Flower Lash Warrior Mascara. It originally is $10, and this is in shade Fiercest Black. The brush, it has 360 degrees of spiked bristles that combat clumps at every angle. Let's do the left eye with this mascara. The bristles are stiff, but they're combing through the lashes really nicely, and it's not depositing too much product onto the lashes, but a nice manageable mascara. It's doing a pretty good job separating, but it is clumping a tad on the outer corner right here. Okay, we'll give it a little, like 30 seconds to get tacky, and then we'll do a second coat. The next mascara is this one right here, the Warrior Princess Mascara. And this one retails for $10 as well. It's a rich, buildable mascara that thickens curls and volumizes for a soft, fanned out lash look fit for a princess. So this one right here is more of a typical style wand, but you can see it kind of curves, it tapers towards the center. So let's give this a go. Yeah, I feel like right away it's giving more of a softer look in comparison to the other one. It's also not depositing as much product to the lashes, but it's keeping them fanned out. And I feel like it's definitely lengthening a lot more than the first. Let's give a second coat to this side. For the face primer, we have her In Your Prime Perfecting Primer, $11. What you're seeing here, it's white, but on their website, it's black, but it's the same name. It looks like the same formula. So this right here, it creates a smooth and even surface, so the skin is prepped for what comes next. I like their marketing person. So it doesn't really say what it's good for, it just says it's ideal for all skin types. It just preps and primes your skin for a flattering formula. Yep, it feels like a typical face primer. Blends in really nicely, it feels good on the skin. It has that like the silicone dimethicone feeling. Kind of fills in everything, smooths your entire face out. Yeah, the pores look a little more soft, a little more diffused. I'm not seeing a difference in my tone. I just think it's more for kind of filling in some of those spots on your face, like your pores. For foundation, this is her Get Real Serum Foundation, $15. It's a hydrating and weightless buildable foundation that conceals and smooths skin, leaving you with a natural looking and radiant finish. You do have to shake it really well since it is a nice serum foundation. We have 3 shades. We picked Shell L0, Warm Beige L4, and then Ivory L2. So this is the ivory shade. Now let's take the lighter shade. Yep, mixing the two together is gonna be perfect. Looks like it's blending in nice, but there's like barely any coverage. I'm just trying to build up the pigment where I want more coverage. I think because it's so liquidy, it's just having a hard time really sticking to the face. So I'm just gonna take another brush and just really kind of stamp the product in. I feel like I can't really call this a foundation. It has to be some kind of like skin tint because it's barely providing any kind of coverage to the face even when you build it up. I wanna prep my lips before I move on with the makeup. This is her Petal Pout Lip Mask. And this is a treatment for smooth, soft, and healthy looking lips with this mask. It has a treatment infused with nourishing mango and cocoa butter. Whatever the scent is, it's very perfumey, and you can taste it like in the back of your throat, like perfume. And this was $10 for the lip mask. So this right here is the Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer, originally $10. A concealer that blends seamlessly to instantly diminish the appearance of imperfections, fine lines, and signs of fatigue for a flawless, luminous look. Let's first take Ivory. I think this is Ivory right here. Ooh, okay, wow, that looks really, really intense in coverage. Let's take Vanilla on top. I think Vanilla is more my shade, actually. I do like that it brightened the under eyes, but you can still see the dark circles underneath this concealer. It doesn't stretch as well as I would want it to. Before I set the under eye area, let's do my eyebrows. So this right here is her Skinny Micro Brow Pencil. I have taupe and medium brown. It's a very, very tiny brow pencil. It looks pretty good, the shade taupe. And the one thing that's different about this, it doesn't have a spoolie. It has the tiniest little Artiste brush. It's not an Artiste, it just looks like an Artiste brush. It's super, super dense, and that's basically how you blend the brow product into your brows. Let me swatch medium brown. Very similar, but this one definitely looks a little medium brown, but let's go with taupe. I like the micro tip pencil because you can be, like I said, really precise with it. It has a little bit of stiffness to it. Okay, this is a pretty good eyebrow pencil. I think the only thing I will complain about is this brush. I don't like it. I think a spoolie does a better job. So we do have a brow gel, and it's tinted, and I picked up shade Light Brown just because the blonde looked a little orange on the website. This originally is $9, and this is their weightless, fiber-infused eyebrow gel that sculpts, tints, and tames for naturally filled brows that stay in place. A super tiny, tiny little spoolie, and you definitely can see really super micro, bless you, little fibers in the gel. So I'm hoping this is not gonna look too intense, and it looks like it's pretty good. It's not adding too much pigment to the brow hairs, and it looks like the color is vibing with the taupe. It didn't deposit too much product, it didn't make them look crusty, it didn't make them look clumpy, but now the test is how long lasting is this product, or is it just gonna weigh my hairs down and look really bad? Let's move on to the blush because this is her blush bomb. If you've been with me for a while, you know I love these, but I picked up 2 new shades that I don't have in my collection. This is in shade Nectar and Bubbly. These are really pretty. Each retail for $10, and this is their Silky Lightweight Gel Cream blush that gives cheeks fresh, radiant, healthy color. These are very, very easy to use. It has a nice squeezy tube. This is what it looks like. It looks really intense, really intimidating, but just the way it blends out, it gives such a beautiful flush of color to the cheeks, but it's also really buildable, and it's just really, really beautiful formula. And let's take Bubbly. We'll swatch this also. Very pretty as well, stunning. And this right here is Pinched. This is the shade that I mixed together, Bubbly and Pinched. Just take that to my cheeks. And you can just use your fingers or a brush. I'm just gonna start with my fingers. And this is definitely more of that wet formula, but as you can see, it just blends in very well. This next product is one of her newest launches. This is her Jet Set Invisible Powder Spray. I think this is one of the newer ones to the market. I don't think I've ever seen powder spray before. This is $14. It's an invisible shine control soft matte finish in a convenient portable spray. Just shake this. Whoa. That is intense. Spray all over your face in a continuous sweeping motion to mattify skin and reapply as needed to keep your makeup and complexion looking fresh throughout the day. And I do want to set this before using my powder products because, like I said, the foundation is very slippery and it's not really setting. It's still super, super tacky, and I don't want the powder products to really lift the makeup underneath.
Dang.
It's like dry shampoo for your face. Ooh, okay, it's doing something. I'm not looking really matte though, like super matte, that's good.
That's just dumb.
Okay, it's not bad. It's a little uncomfortable, like because it's such an intense spray, but it did a pretty good job. I feel like it's a little uneven. I'm just laughing at me. It looks pretty lightweight on the face. That's really good. I'm happy about that. It doesn't look really heavy and just caked on, so that's really good. I will say I will complain that it's such an intense spray that you have to hold your breath or you're just gonna suffocate. Not suffocate, it's not gonna feel good on your face. Let's move on to her luminous bronzer. This is her Heat Wave luminous bronzer, $9 each. And I picked up both shades. So they're both marbleized, and the color blends effortlessly for a warm, sun-kissed with a luminous finish. Just gonna work this into the brush. And I'm using like a duo fiber brush just to be really soft on the skin. So for her blush, that's powder formula. This is her Flower Pots powder blush, $10 also. And I have shade Spiced Petal. And I'm gonna do two blushes because the first one, I really wanna make sure it's set in place and I wanna give a little bit more of intense blush to the cheeks. You don't have to do this, but I like to do this. And these are very intense in pigment. They're very, very beautiful. They're a simple matte blush. They blend really beautifully, and I find that they last a really, really long time. I'm gonna go in with her Shimmer and Strobe Highlighting Palette. $14, you have 3 shades and her little brush. So this is a long-lasting highlighting palette of soft, shimmery shades that deliver multi-dimensional radiance. Very soft, extremely, extremely buttery. Look at that. That's a glow right there. It's definitely a little chalky, but that butteriness is helping. It's there. It's right here. But very easy to blend, and just you need the tiniest amount. I want to set my under eyes a little better because I touched them and they're still quite tacky, and I do want to apply mascara to the lower lash line, and I don't want, I want to give it a fair advantage. So I'm just gonna spray the powder right onto the brush. All right, let's go in mascara on the lower lash line. Before I do my lipstick, I do want to set my face since we have a lot of powder on the face. This is the Flower Seal the Deal Long Lasting Setting Spray. It's $11. It creates a sweat-proof and rub-resistant barrier that keeps your makeup fresh all day long. All right, let's see. Okay, this spray is definitely a lot more fine and soft. Ooh, that's a really intense smell. Okay, there's one, it literally, you can see it right there on top of my lip and right there. It squirted on me. So let's go in with her lip liner. This is the Petal Pout lip liner, $7. These are really, really pretty. They're very rich. They're very creamy, very easy to use. This right here is in shade Plum. Isn't that beautiful? That's stunning. Super creamy, super pigmented. Glides on beautifully. For lipstick, this is her Petal Pout lip color, $8 each. I have 2 shades that I am debating what to use in the center. So this one is more of like a raspberry red. So I thought these two paired together would be so stunning, especially like right in the center. And then we have shade 040 Pink Dusk. So this one is gonna be a little bit more red, a little more intense, and this one's gonna be a little more toned down, but a little more plummy.
Go for the red.
You think so? They're both saying go for the red. I'm just gonna basically dab in the center and then take the brush that I was using for the lip liner and just blend into the lips. Last but not least, I want to highlight the inner corner and the brow bone with the lightest shade in the palette, which is this beautiful soft baby pink, just to kind of brighten everything up right in here. Makeup is complete. I like the eyes, there's still something there. They're a little more neutral, cool toned, and then paired with this beautiful plummy, beautiful raspberry red. I think just it really pops, and then the cheeks look really nice. They're really polished, they're really popping. I like the blush, I like the highlight, the bronzer is really nice. Everything just kind of works together. I will say the complexion, it's not my favorite. The concealer and the foundation, you can really see that it's like cracking in certain areas where you have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles on the face, especially around the mouth area. It's really looking aged in a way. I'll keep you guys updated with how the makeup is wearing, and I'll see you in a little bit. Wanted to do the first update of the day. I'm doing it a little later than I usually do. So it's still bright outside, but it's already past 6. I already had lunch. We had a dinner, we had ice cream, and this is what the lip is looking like. But it's looking pretty good. You can still see the cheeks, the bronzer, the blush, the highlight, it's still there. The eyebrows are still on, they look really good. Eyeshadow is still there. I think that's a shadow I'm seeing right there. And then this side, it's honestly not creasing. And yeah, it looks like it's not creasing as bad. I'm really excited that this side, without the primer, it's looking really good. And then underneath the lower lash line, the mascara, it's not transferring also bad, but it is a little bit, you can see that tiny little shadowing on both sides. This side is actually doing a little better than this side, but both mascaras are actually holding up pretty well, but it's looking not bad. Last and final update. I literally just had like a sneezing attack because this light in front of me is so bright. This is what we're looking like. We're looking like a hot mess. You can see obviously on the lower lash line and the mascara transferring. The lipstick, you can see where it's worn pretty bad after the reapplication. I had some snacks. I had a lot of juicy watermelon. So this mascara, the one that had that more volume, there's a lot more flaking, versus this side, there's a little bit more smudging on the lower lash line. But I'm honestly really impressed with the Lash Warrior, or Princess Warrior, I think that's what it's called, Princess Warrior mascara. This one had a little bit more longevity than this one right here. But I'm really happy that I can still see the blush, the highlight, the contour, and the brows are still there. They're definitely have moved around throughout the day, but not bad, like not bad for longevity and for the price point. One thing I did not really talk about was the eyeshadow. If anything, this side looks a little more intense, and this side looks very similar. Both are not creased. Like, I'm honestly shocked that both of these look so similar. I think if anything, if you're new to Flower Beauty, definitely check out their blushes, especially those gel cream blushes. They're super beautiful, very easy to blend. I'm gonna leave it here. There is quite a bit of products to check out at Flower Beauty. The price point is actually really reasonable, and you get really good quality products that you can enjoy with other brands as well. But I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching, spending time with me, and I'll see you next one very soon. Bye.